streaming on Sunday. 1 p.m. I think was in the announcement, so I came just 3 minutes earlier now. I just wanted to check a few things and giving you guys some times to joining the stream. And if there is enough number of people, exactly as we said, folks, we will do an arena. So let's see. We might need a minimum of 4 players in order to generate an arena. Otherwise, chess.com server will simply cancel the arena. Now, hopefully, we're going to get at least 4 people willing to play an arena. Until then, though, let's have more coffee and let's do some puzzle rush, perhaps. Okay. So, puzzle rush, we said. Cool stuff. Survival we done yesterday. Very good stuff yesterday. We had our friends that were of great help. I have a few people yesterday, and they were really, really, really very good at that. Hello, Chanda. Good to see you, man. Let's see if we get 3 more people to make an arena. So, let's do this thingy here. How's your puzzle rush lately? How's your puzzle rush lately? Okay, what am I doing? Any checkmates? Oh, probably I just pushed a pawn. I was just skeptical. I thought that maybe I need to play something else. That's weird. It's a weird batch. It's too many options. So am I what? White playing here? Okay. Am I in check? Oh yeah. Sometimes it's slightly confusing. You're just playing stuff. I think I'm taking this guy here and like this. You are 900 rapid now. Maybe sooner, Chando. Maybe you will reach 1000 sooner. You know, I think it's very good. 900 rapid. You will. I'm pretty sure you will. You will definitely reach your chess goals. Okay, we've got. What about the puzzle rush? How's your puzzle rush? Or would you rather do like survival rather than puzzle rush? Because some of us, are. Hey, that is so good, conspiracy. I mean, that's so awesome if you have improved. Like, what's the rating now, conspiracy? That's so good to hear, guys. What can be better than this? I mean, what? Okay. And what was the starting point? 100 or something? Well, what was it? What am I doing here? Do I have any trickstery? It's. You started 100 and now it's 300. It's definitely a progress. Definitely a progress. Oh, I'm in check. Oops. I think I need to block, right? No, because they'll be giving me another check though, and I'm losing the queen. I think I just need to. Do I? And that's a weird batch. That's a weird batch here. No, Chando, I haven't seen the daily puzzle today, but I guess being Sunday, it's a monster of a puzzle. I mean, it's Sunday, right? Well, I mean, check. Okay, so if I block this thing, I'm gonna get a check here, and then probably I'm gonna lose. Oh no, I'm not gonna lose. I'm not gonna lose. I'm gonna play this. Oh man, but it took me so long. This is just unbelievable. What the heck's going on here? What kind of puzzle is that? Number 12. I mean, I'm already wasting like tons of minutes here. Jesus. Yes. Okay, I'm in check. Then another check's coming here. Okay, this is weird. Really weird. Boy, I mean, what kind of puzzle batch is this? I mean, it's like really challenging from the number 12 or something puzzle. I mean, I've just wasted an eternity with just some. What is this kind of things? Of course you're happy. Of course, you know something, the more you study, Yeah, I'm outside of the queening, the square. I'm outside of the square, taking this guy with the knight. I think I'm winning pieces here, don't I? Is there any other trickstery? I'm just winning stuff here. Yeah, but it took me like an eternity. How long did it take me? Gee. Takes. They play. Dude, I mean, what kind of, puzzles are these? Come on. They made me think in the first second. I mean, there's something weird with this batch. Okay, well, black to play. I don't know, but that's weird. Black to play. Black to play. I mean, it just takes me seconds to probably pushing the pawn, right? I mean, come on. That's something weird. Very weird, fellas. This batch that I'm currently dealing with, this just got me thinking a lot. There's no wonder I'm just doing like barely pulling 20. Crazy. What is going on? Come on. I mean, I didn't do mistakes, but I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. This is a weird batch, guys. Sometimes in the puzzle rush, you may get some crazy difficult batches. Yeah, okay. Okay. I'll try another batch. Want to review on my winning games after this puzzle? Yes, of course. Conspiracy, just remind again, please, the username. And then, guys, maybe we can set up for an arena. Let's see. Conspiracy 1-2. Okay. Why not? Let's have a look. Of course. Conspiracy 1-2. Okay, that might be yourself, right? So now you're gonna advise me on the game you've played. Probably not the first three, or you wanna have a look at the first three, or I mean one of them that I mean. Just don't push it too hard in case the accuracy drops and you're getting tired. Don't just force it, okay? Don't the one you've won. Okay. Okay, the one you've won. Sometimes it's good to have a look at the ones you've lost. I mean, it's quite gratifying to look at stuff you've won, and that's awesome. But also very important. So I'm going to be very blunt. You kind of have to look at the stuff you've lost. So you are being black here, and you still won it with black. I mean, probably there were quite a few blunders happening, right? So you have won this match? Sorry, I just tried to figure out. You've won the match? What happened? White got the better of it. Oh, so the one you've lost. Okay. But you said you want to look at the one you've won? So this one you've won it with white. Okay. Let me see if you guys see it. Yes, you do. All right. Conspiracy being with black here? Okay. So that's theoretical now. Knight c6. Oh, let me toggle off those lines. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let's just make it like this. Oops. Can we just play? Okay, we're playing now. So that's the best way at the beginning. Right, the guy already made a blunder here. So when they pushed e4, Conspiracy, I hope you're watching because I'm just talking especially for you. Yes, of course, I think Chandu, of course, he's watching it too. Probably he knows this already. So your opponent already gifted you a pawn. So this guy shouldn't have pushed e4. Perhaps e3 if they really wanted to push the pawn, which will go a little bit into the London system type of setup, you know, with the e3, so to speak. Knight, yeah, knight f3 perhaps. Yeah, not necessarily. You don't want to do that. You just want to take the pawn, Conspiracy. So now at this point, now you just simply take this pawn off the board. And I reckon with the knight, I think you can take with the pawn too, because you're taking the f3 from the knight. They can't really push because you got two defenders. So you should take that pawn straight away. Unnecessarily. You complicate it in the center unnecessarily. Guys, you have a way of playing, I have to say that. You really have a way of playing. Okay. When you took with the knight on d4, also the e5 is sort of hanging. So you really kind of like tend to complicate it, maybe unnecessarily a little bit. Yeah, perhaps you should just take this pawn. Either knight or queen. Probably with the knight because you're gonna, pressurize a bit more the bishop. Pressurizing the c3. Yeah, I don't think you have to tread like this. No. It's weird. Wait, what's going on? That moves very fast. So knight f3. You moved again that knight in the opening. Um, that's weird opening. Yeah. I mean, we're just adventuring very early and moving pieces twice in the opening. I don't know. Here, probably I would think about playing something like bishop f5, bishop e6. Because I'm aware I can't push the bishop now because of this kind of ideas. It just looks a little bit disconcerting. I don't know what. It's just very weird way to starting the game. If I do b4, they're going to be playing c3 with tempo, and then I have to move the bishop again, and I'm just not incredibly happy. Perhaps c5, but it's really weird. Okay. Okay, now the guy played g2 is sort of hanging. So I guess we really, in the opening, we gotta stay as simple as possible, conspiracy. And as Chandu said, probably go with the middle pawn, knight and bishop castle. I mean, just don't do anything else in the opening. Interesting. What is that going on here? You guys are playing some very interesting choices here. So you played bishop g4. Why? What's the thing with bishop g4? I'm sorry, it's just attacking the queen. Okay. Assuming queen takes, you have a backup plan, I reckon, right? Or something. So bishop g4. And if white queen were to capture, do you have a backup plan or something? I mean, they would just take a bishop from you. If I see this clearly enough, they be hitting your knight on g2 anyway. It's not very clear what is the compensation for this. Unless there is a tactic that I'm missing and you've seen it. If you haven't seen it, I wouldn't recommend. It would have been a fork. Okay, what type of fork? Sorry, conspiracy. What might be the type of fork? It's not clear what kind of fork you are referring to. I mean, apart from the fact you give your opponent three incredibly powerful bishops and the queen, and the king is on the e file, I'm not seeing. Oh wow, I don't know. This is looking very weird. It's not how I play. I mean, I like playing as aggressive as possible, but I don't want to play reckless stuff. This is weird. Oh my days. Yeah, that's fine. It's just very strange moves. I don't think you spent probably enough time. Now, of course, you've got a queen to d1. Of course, you've got a queen to d1. Wait a second. Have you looked at the queen to d1? What do you think that is? I think, yeah, queen to d1 just simply wins it straight away. That's it. Game over. I mean, good for you. Good for you, queen to d1. Anything else is just prolonging unnecessarily again. But let's go back at the beginning. So, nothing wrong. The guy probably wants to play a London system. That's fine. I recommend probably you want to investigate. I would say knight to f6, bishop to f5. Try looking at these ideas. e6. This kind of ideas. Try make a pin if knight goes on c3. Depends what they play, though. Depends what they play. Try focus on playing your pieces on the king side so you can castle as quickly as possible. Conspiracy. Okay, I think that's playable. Personally, I would go for some c6, queen b6 in this type of scenarios. Okay. Now, when they play that, just take the pawn. Just take the pawn off the board. Just play simple, efficient. You've got to punish your opponent. Conspiracy. You've got to punish your opponent. And take the pawns when they give it to you. That means very much Means very much. And actually, you're going to win quicker than you thought if they keep doing this kind of mistakes. So you got to punish them straight away. Immediately. Boom. Just take immediately. Again, they can't really push because you've got two black pieces guarding that square. So you took from them a pawn, and more than this, you stifled their piece's development. I don't know where they can go. Probably they could make a pin because you play knight to c6, I reckon. They might. But then again, the d4 is sort of like double attacked here. So you got to be careful, though. You got to be careful. If the bishop comes on to b5, you got to be a bit careful. I think that one is playable as well. Knight takes on e4. I think that's very much playable too. That's good. And if they play knight f3, you're going to do some bishop g4 pin. Then you're going to play some e6. Look for another pin if possible. If they do knight d2 or knight c3, you could do some bishop b4 pin again. Keep it simple, conspiracy guys. Keep it simple. Develop your pieces always at the back of your mind. Have I developed my pieces? Am I ready to castle the king? And then you're going to look for the quickest way to vacate the space in between the king and the rook so that you could castle. Very important. Keep it simple and efficient. Simple and efficient. Whatever you choose to play. Middle pawn, knight and bishop castle. That's it. This is it. And don't forget to punish your opponent. They give you a pawn. If it's not a poison pawn, that is, take it. Just take the pawn. Okay, very quickly now. Let's have a look here. Let's see what went wrong on this 7-move game that you played. And I think maybe we should be creating an arena. Although 2 people, not enough. Very nice accuracy for both of you guys. Okay, let's have a look here. Actually, let me toggle off the lines. It's good to think for ourselves. At least at the beginning, and then we can ask the engine. Now, look, that looks very, very, very decent here. Okay, he chose d6, fine. He could have played knight c6, could have played many other things. If he played knight to f6, that would have been the Petrov, the Russian opening with the knight f6 here. If it was knight c6, you could have played the Italian or the Gioco Piano or the Spanish, Ruy Lopez, all sorts of ideas. But let's see other stuff you guys played. Very good opening. So Conspiracy, I already look at this and I like it very much. This is way different from what you played like one day. Okay, something funky here. Wait. He made a pin. Ah, right. Oh, okay. Okay, that's a bit of a blunder, obviously. Obviously a bit of a blunder. So we don't want to do that. So you want one pin. So if this thing happens, if you want straight away, just go with bishop on e2. If you got a problem with this pin, probably playing bishop e2 is incredibly prophylactic and stuff. If you want to probe into their intentions a bit more, Conspiracy, perhaps h3. You know, see what they want to do. If they take, you're going to take back with the queen. If they go h5, okay, play bishop e2. Play bishop e2, play d3, try and do something with the bishop, maybe make a pin if they do knight f6. Perhaps you'll be moving queen to d2, perhaps you're going to do castle queenside, you're going to have to adapt. Yeah, perhaps you could even play after bishop e2, maybe you could do h3, g4. I don't think that's very bad either. Maybe h3, g4, I mean, you know, why not? You got to develop your stuff, castle the king. That was a bit of a blunder, so we're going to stop it now here. Probably you've resigned the game straight away, right, at this point? Of course you resigned the game. Very briefly, we're going to look on to this one too. So I think the opening now, Conspiracy, at this stage now, we need to focus on the opening. Let me just flip the board so you can have your perspective clearer. So, very good stuff. You're on 300 rating now. That's good. I would like to encourage you to keep going forwards, but pay a little bit of attention at the opening. So now you play knight c6, knight c3, the 4 knights game or something. Yeah, this is called, I think, the 4 knights opening. Ah, I see. Yeah, you could. Let me toggle off some lines here. For the time being. Then we can ask the engine if there's anything. Right, there's nothing wrong. Okay, I think that's pretty much theoretical. You guys played this one very theoretically. Unnecessarily now. So let me tell you something about the move your opponent chose to play, Toshi. Bishop to h4 is not a necessary move to make because no one threatens the bishop with h6. So bishop withdrawing to h4, it's not really... It's not the type of stuff they should be doing here. They should be looking at doing something with the bishop on f1, maybe something with the queen, maybe something with the bishop. This kind of ideas. If you want to play a positional game now, but not bishop h4. No one attacks the bishop. So guys, another idea, don't retreat a piece if no one attacks it. And if there is no danger, why would you get the piece back? You're wasting a tempo. Yes, Chandu, cheers, man. Yeah. That's alright. I'm pretty sure it's a Sunday puzzle, so I'm expecting a hell of a puzzle being Sunday. So a3, knight go... Yeah, that's another unnecessary knight b4 launching here. Knight to b4 conspiracy. You're still watching, right? Cheers, cool. So knight to b4 doesn't really attack anything. You are not combining your knight to hitting anything particularly weak from your opponent because everything is defended here. So your black knight doesn't really attack something. So it's actually moving twice the same piece in the opening. It's not really the stuff we want to play. You want to actually castle the king. Now he just kicks the knight away and he does very well. Now you move. So look at this one. You put a knight back where it was, and your opponent actually played something, you know, taking more space and stuff. Not necessarily. He played the weird move here. We don't do g3 because we're sort of blocking this guy. This is looking really weird now. I guess you could look at maybe h6, g5 kind of ideas. I mean, you know, maybe you would just take a piece. Not necessarily. If you want to play knight to d4 conspiracy, perhaps bishop g4 first. Perhaps bishop g4, because you make a pin. The knight on f3 is pinned, so to speak. It is, absolutely. It's very much pinned. So bishop g4 pins the knight to the queen, and then maybe you could look at knight d4. That makes sense. You don't really want to do this. It's weird, very weird choices. Weird. He should have taken the knight, and after pawn takes, he should have played knight e2. Probably that's the best way for white. Very passive. The move bishop e6 is a bit passive. You should have been more aggressive with bishop g4. That would have been a more aggressive move. You just hit the queen straight away. They are very aggressive. Bishop g4. He either pushes f3, which weakens the dark squares, or he blocks with a piece or something. But that's nothing wrong. So if bishop g4 and say they do bishop e2, perhaps you're even having bishop h3, stopping them from castling. Just saying. Various ideas and tactical strikes. Passive, bishop e6, not very aggressive. You're just giving them too many chances. You've castled. f3, he played f3 unprovoked. No, that's terribly weak in the dark squares. We don't want to do f3. Completely not called for. No, not f3. Nope. And this guy is so weirdly positioned here. The bishop on h4, so weirdly positioned. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, I think you just gave a piece here, right? Conspiracy, you've just given a piece. Bishop a2, you completely give a piece. A bit of a blunder here. Just a bit of a blunder. Yeah. Takes, obviously. And another blunder. That's alright, I think You know, I think you need to not playing very fast. So, you know something, conspiracy? Just maybe give it longer time controls. And just think about it before you move. Like, you need to ask yourself, if I am to take on f3, can they take me back? And if you just ask this question to yourself, having like a sort of internal dialogue, you will instantly know the answer. Yeah, of course he can take me. He can take me like this with the queen or with the knight. So practically I'm losing a piece for a pawn. Bad trade. Actually, you're sort of going to lose because of this particular blunder. So you played two blunders in a row. That's one. And this is the second one. So yeah, you're going to lose the game, definitely. Let's look at another. Have a look at the position now, Conspiracy, and tell me, what do you think you should have played? Let's just have a look here and tell me the best candidate moves you can think of. What do you think is the best candidate moves? The best stuff you might be playing here for black? Let's have a look. You could probably develop the queen. Is there any other idea? Yeah, you could, but I think at the minute we could be focusing on perhaps something else. Like attempting at dismantling the center. We just go for the center. Can you see any possible moves here that might be challenging white pawn center? I think it's totally worth it. Let's look at a few candidate moves. Actually, I've got two plans here. I think they might be quite good. One is aiming at the center, another one is aiming at... Yes, exactly. Bingo. So you actually do see it. Yes. If there's nothing else, no other weakness for you to exploit, just go for the center. And another idea just lurks at the back of my mind. It's just this bishop's bad position. So probably I would be thinking including h6. Although they just simply take and I take. It could be. I'm still happy, I guess. But yeah, d5 is one choice here. I think I like it very much. And now we can toggle on the engine. And let's see what they recommend. I'm just super curious. They recommend a5, c5, c6. I suspect c6 because in the light of d5, that's exactly why they want to do this. a5 to just simply either they take and you take and you take the a. c5 still at the center. That's intriguing. I'm going to play d5 and see how the evaluation bar goes here. I'm really intrigued. And also h6 I don't think is that bad either. I don't think it's that bad either. I don't think those moves are terribly bad. Okay, maybe a5 better, c5. If the computer says so, it is. Let's see how bad this is. It's not bad at all. It's not bad. It can't be bad. d5, your king is castled. It's not bad at all. So yeah, you're still in the advantage. That's good. Let me test now the h6. But I don't think it's terribly bad. It actually, exactly, no, it's not bad either. It's actually quite looking good because it forces them to trade a bishop for a knight. So that's very good ideas. Yeah, so I didn't ill-advise you. These are very good ideas. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so that was it. You gave up the bishop and then you gave up the knight. I guess either of d5 or h6 would have been just great. So if you don't know what to do, try ask yourself, can I perhaps challenge the center? Can I go for the center? So conspiracy, for the time being, play longer games, longer time control, and think about the moves you want to do in the opening. Like keep it simple. Simple. Put your king to safety and then get all the minor pieces off the back rank. Let's have just a quick look at the analysis board here. Okay, so whatever you want to play. So what do you normally play, conspiracy, for white? Please, you play c4. Okay, that would be sort of like a, what, English opening. Exactly. They normally go with e5. I think I've seen recently a game in between Gukesh and Pranav playing exactly like this, c4 and e5. Oh, you meant e4. Okay, that's absolutely fine. This is great. There's nothing wrong. So then you got to be prepared, conspiracy. You got to be prepared against e5. You got to be prepared against d5. You got to be ready for c5. You've got to be ready for knight f6. You've got to be ready for e6. And there are many others, including g6, including b6, the Owen defense with b6 and bishop b7. I'm going to disregard a6, h6, this kind of craziness. I suspect it's playable, but it's not the best start for black, and I don't think at our level of understanding we should be playing this kind of crazy stuff. So, conspiracy, when you decide to play e4, you sort of have to be prepared at least a couple of moves in response with this stuff that black might be trying against you. So you just gotta spend time opening up the Opening Explorer, the archives, and look for replies. Ask the engine, put the engine on. When you're training yourself, you are absolutely allowed to use the engine, the table base. Of course, not in live games, but when we're training, yes, we can. And we should. Not just we can, we should. So you gotta be prepared against all these ideas. So normally you will find very popular choice the e5 here. And I've seen you playing knight f3, which is absolutely what can be more natural than knight f3. This is just the most popular, the most well met response. Knight f3. It's glorious. You could do d4, the Danish. You could do f4, the King's Gambit. That would be a shocker. Very well. Knight f3. Do you normally play the Italian? Normally you will find knight c6 very often being played here. You will find. Of course, they will play knight f6 as well. But normally you will find probably knight c6. Yes, that's very good. Keep in mind the fried liver attack. Conspiracy, the fried liver attack. It's a very interesting way to play, which occurs after knight f6. Because that might be a slight of an invitation for you to explore this kind of idea. You're watching Conspiracy? This is the Italian game, the fried liver. Very sharp. And I guess, if I'm correct, Hikaru Nakamura outplayed Fabiano Caruana with the fried liver attack. So you may definitely, Conspiracy, you may definitely want to have a look at this idea. Because the problem black is facing if they play knight f6, because you could potentially get a free queen. It's not that easy though, because they might be replying, let's say d5, which, by the way, this is the best reply here that black has got available. So they might be playing d5, and they should be playing d5. And Fabiano and many other strong grandmasters, they do play d5 here. They do play d5. That's stopping the connection with the bishop and the knight. And now you sort of got to take this guy. And normally white takes it with the pawn, not with the bishop. They take it with the pawn, or you could take it with the pawn. Yes, and then the knight's got to go. And the best reply for black is to play knight to a5. I'm just telling you now the theoretical approach. You're going to find it in any Opening Explorer on all platforms. So that's the best way to play this with white and black up to a point. If he takes with knight, I take with bishop. Nope. No, you don't. There is another trickstery here. You're actually going to play knight f7, as crazy as it looks. Because after king takes f7, you've got the super super aggressive queen f3. So this, boom. I mean, that's a problem. And if king captures, you got this crazy idea. I mean, this is insane. This is absolutely crazy. This is a trap in the Italian game. So I'm telling you now, conspiracy, because I think you might be winning quite a few games if you play this, and your opponents aren't prepared, especially at the level rating, at the rating now. Of course, you're going to go beyond it, and you're going to play better and better. But if you play this now, I think you're going to win quite a few games. Because now black has to play incredibly accurately. For instance, if they go with king to g8, you've got a checkmate in 2 moves here. Well, if they smurf, then you can just simply report them. If there is a 300 player that plays like a 2600 player. Hello, Josh. Good to see you, bud. How's it going? So, conspiracy, if you have an opponent who's like a 200 rating and after the game review they play like a 2800 player, you can be sure that something is very, very, very fishy. That just can't be. So here you've got the bishop takes, obviously queen captures, bishop blocks, and you take again checkmate. So this is one of the many traps in the fried liver, which is board on fire. So let's just go back now to what Fabiano and Nakamura played, which is the right approach here. So opposite daisy. So you take the pawn first, knight a5 hitting the bishop, and now you just play bishop b5 check. It's not checkmate. It's not checkmate. There's a long way until we checkmate, Josh. But you can pave the way. Perhaps you might be getting there. So bishop to b5 checks the king. And the theoretical move here, so I'm telling you the best stuff, the first choices of the engine and the opening explorers is this. c6. And now you take with the pawn, threatening a discover check from the bishop. And now they take back not with the knight, but with the pawn, still attacking your bishop, and the pawn is defended by the knight. That is very good. He's also disseminating a lot of very good ideas. He's an international master, Levi Rosman, so he knows a lot of good stuff, for sure. For sure. But good stuff is when you're watching my streams, I might be going more in detail about some basic stuff. Apparently, that you're trying to grasp. I don't know if Levi does that because, you know, Levi now is probably the best known streamer on the planet now in terms of chess. So now he's doing a lot of competition and he's playing other very strong guys. So. Yeah, you sort of need to find like streamers that are corresponding more to your availability. You can, but I wouldn't recommend. You can, but I wouldn't recommend. You should be going now either bishop e2 or bishop d3. Or if you want to be really, really shocking a player for your opponent, you could go with the insane queen f3. So, fried liver, I would recommend it, guys, for you to play it with white. I would say go for it because the other guys would be in shock. If they didn't do the homework, there are some traps here and they might lose very quickly. So queen f3 is one very, very sharp line here. Because if this were to happen, you're having queen captures the rook. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Now, if you want to play like Nakamura versus Fabiano, you've got bishop d3. You've got this move, bishop d3, which is what he played. Normally, it's also being played here, bishop e2, which is nothing wrong with. Don't get me wrong, there is absolutely nothing wrong with this one. And black continues to develop. Just get the bishop out. If this guy goes, you gotta be careful because the queen will be hitting your knight. Well, you can't castle now because they just simply take your piece. So you can't castle now. I think you should castle, conspiracy, don't get me wrong. But not before you save your bishop. So you've gotta save your bishop with bishop d3 or bishop e2. And then you're gonna castle. if there is no other danger on the board, like they might be playing h6 against you. So then you can't castle. Let's say you play bishop d3 and they do this kind of stuff. So you can't really castle now, because if you castle, you're dropping the knight. So you always need to keep in mind. Let's have a look at that one. Might be bishop b7. I think it's the theoretical move, actually. Bishop b7 here. Let me see, where does the bishop go? There might be a couple of tactics here. What move is that? Move number 8 in the fried liver with queen f3 and bishop b7, which I never play with white, and I definitely don't play this with black. So I've got to refreshen this stuff and looking at stuff that actually has been played and recommended here. We can look at the position now and try and figure out for ourselves. And then we could ask the engine if they got a better alternative. We got to look at all sorts of crazy stuff here. Oh boy. Oh man. This is just crazy. Oh, but they didn't go back. But then you got this. This is absolutely crazy. So, I mean, look, it's just, this is just a tactic that I'm thinking about it now. Because, as I said, I don't play this with white, and I don't play with black either. So this is crazy. I don't know. I haven't explored this stuff in detail. With bishop to c4. In case that the knight would take, we might be having this kind of threat, like multiple threats, including f7, which actually is the problem. And hitting this guy and hitting this guy. So Josh, it's a very pertinent question, bishop to b7, to which I'm wondering if bishop c4, it might be a choice. Let me ask the engine, actually. I wanna be very surgical, because this is a critical moment. No, you don't have bishop c4. You have bishop to d3, where is being normally played. Bishop a4 to maintain the pin, or bishop e2. And it's still a slight advantage for white. So this is where the engine comes in hand very, very powerfully. So you've got bishop d3, which is what Nakamura played against Caruana. Bishop d3. You've got bishop e2. Nothing wrong. Or bishop a4 to maintain the pin. So, and you're doing a little bit better. You're doing a little bit better here. That's very good stuff. Probably bishop c4 is a crazy tactic. Probably loses for white at some point. It's weird. And then that takes, and then this one. I don't think it's that. Yeah, they will be keeping the knight there. Probably playing, I don't know what. I don't know what exactly. Okay, let's just find out what's wrong with this one. So after knight were to capture, it's going down very quickly. Queen to b3, rightfully so. I mean, I've seen that tactic, but, oh yeah. Beautiful. Bishop a6, the best one ever. That's it. It doesn't work. You can't reach for the f7, defend it, and that's pretty much game over. So do not play bishop c4. Looks interesting, but actually it's not going to work out very well. It's not going to work out very well. So fried liver, totally recommending. If you do not like the fried liver with black, don't play knight f6. There are two ways, guys, for you here to prevent the fried liver. So if you hate it, now you don't need to like playing this for black. So you may now want to play knight f6 in order to just avoid those crazy lines. So then you've got two very healthy choices. My favorite choice for black is simply bishop c5. They still can't do knight g5 because the queen takes straight away. And after black plays d3, then you're going to play knight f6. And if knight g5, you're going to castle. And you've got no problem. Hello, the real Carlos. So let me show you guys. First choice, avoiding the fried liver. Let's say you're absolutely hating it. So bishop c5, I think that's the healthiest choice because you develop stuff. I'm going to tell you the other choice. So bishop c5, white can't play knight g5 because you're gonna just simply take the knight. They might do d3, knight c3, this kind. Let's say they do d3. Now you're gonna play knight f6. And when your opponent plays, let's say, by the way, that's a mistake now. If they do knight g5 in order to attack f7, it's complete waste of tempo. Complete waste of time. That's it. It fizzled out because you're gonna castle. You have to remember this conspiracy. Josh, Real Carlos, if you play this with black, remember this setup. And you're doing incredibly well. No very serious chess player will give you knight and a bishop for a pawn and rook. This is a disaster for white. If you're trading two super active minor pieces, you're going to lose the game because 4 minor pieces in the beginning and middle game tactics are worth way more than an idle rook that you've just gotten here. Until you get to use that, you won't even get to use the rook because you're going to be hammered by your opponent. So that's my favorite way to be dealing against the fried liver, to deal with the fried liver threat. Bishop c5 straight away now. You got no problem with any fried liver. Or some other people use simply h6. This is it. And this is also traditionally called the anti-fried liver defense. Because after h6, forget about knight g5. There is no knight g5 coming. There is no bishop g5 coming. Solved. This is it. You're going to be facing other issues, but not knight g5. This is it. Solved. So you do h6 and you've got no knight g5 coming down the board. But my favorite one is just simply bishop c5 because I absolutely am keen on developing, getting pieces out rather than playing defensively if I'm not completely forced into playing defensively. I rather choose to develop an attack rather than defend preemptively when maybe it's not the necessary thing. Again, do not get me wrong. I'm not saying h6 doesn't make any sense or it's a no, it's absolutely fine. Depends, guys, depends now strictly on your chess personality. You may like to just play more aggressively, so you gotta develop and stuff. h6, good. I'd like to just get a piece out. Yeah, I'm talking to you now, guys. Carlos, I'm just, I'm okay, man. I'm fine. Oh, that's good. What's your rating? Are you recklessly playing aggressive or you actually do the good stuff? It's okay to play aggressive, but not just sloppy, reckless moves. Okay, that's good. That's decent. Very good. That is very good. Keep pushing until you go beyond 2000. You never know. So that's my advice with the fry liver stuff if you don't like it. Or just, you know, play knight f6 if you're absolutely determined to go knight f6. Again, there's absolutely nothing wrong here, but you must be prepared. You must be prepared, guys, for knight g5 type of reaction, and then you got to deal with this. And then you only have d5 available. So keep this very clearly in mind. If you get into this, you've got to play d5. And you got to expect this kind of things. And do not take with the knight. It's going to get very ugly. Don't take with the knight. Don't take this guy. Okay. It's going to get very ugly. After knight f7, it's really, it's bloody hell. This is nasty. This is really nasty. Again, let me just show it very quickly. After king takes, you've got the queen on f3. This is so nasty. This is so nasty. Very bad. Very bad. Yeah, I don't recommend the Traxler either, unless you just memorize like 20 lines on all variations. Yeah. It's really funky. So they might not take with the knight, they will take with the bishop. You gotta have them to move you must then move the king. They might be just going back. You taking, Yeah, I don't know. Have you learned all the lines and variations here in the Traxler? It's not going to end up in a checkmate. It's gonna be just very, very tactical. Traxler, yeah. Yeah, I've heard of it. I don't play it with black. I don't play it with white. But just wanted to let our friends know. So I think if you're willing to do the Traxler counter gambit, you better learn all the variations here. With bishop takes, with knight take, you better learn them all. Don't play them blindly. That's what I say. My rapid on chess.com is 2100 and something. I don't know. 2118 or something. Blitz is going up and down. I think currently it's like 2001 or something. It's going up and down. Depends what I play. Depends on the accuracy on that particular day. Guys, let's do an arena because we are like how many people? 4 people here. Shall we launch an arena like in 10 minutes? And we can play one another. So we got Carlos here. Who else have we gotten? We've got Conspiracy, Josh. I don't know who else is here, but we can do some arena. Now again, we might need 4 people minimum because if it's 3, I don't think we can do it. Yes, that's fine, Conspiracy. Cool, man. See you next time. Yeah, I think we could. Come on, tell me the username, Carlos. What's the username? And we definitely having a quick look. Chess.com game live. Okay, let me see if I can access that one. And let's see if it shows on a screen after I left click on it. I want to make sure that other people see it too. And then definitely we can have a look at this one. So which one is it? Let me put all the lines off. Which one are you? The crazy chess player 10? You're being black here? Okay. Wait a second. You're being black here. Let me flip the board then. Okay. Okay, let me flip the board. We're gonna have a look at this one. Let me see if you guys see it. I want to make sure. Oh, you don't see it now. Okay, let me close the other tab because you guys simply don't see it. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, I've opened a couple of tabs here. You don't see it, guys. So I've got to do this one. That's on Bing. Okay, hold on. Let me go to OBS quickly and I'm going to share the stuff with you. Chess.com. Not the Brave. Where is it, that thing? And I think this is it. Okay, you guys see it now. Okay, cool. I'm working with a couple of tabs here and I'm just getting dizzy. Did I close this one? Okay. All right, let's do this. Okay, let's do this. So you're playing black. You play Sicilian here. Alapin variation. You're welcome, Josh. You're welcome. I'm happy it helps you a little bit. Yes, in the Alapin is very solid. They're going to take the center anyway. You're giving them a lot of space. You're giving them a lot of space. Is there something wrong with d5 in particular? If you play d5 just to stave off this guy from coming down the board, they're just taking a lot of space from you. I don't know why, but yeah, I really wanna block those guys from coming down the board. Hi there. Let's see, e6, d5, yeah. e6, d5. d5 would be probably my first choice. I really want to stop. I really want to stop any intention of them to just coming down with the pawns. So I'm telling you now, that's probably my first choice here. I mean I don't say g6 is now completely losing or anything, but it gives them a lot of space. I think I should have pushed the pawn. Yeah, knight f3. d5, you play now d5. That's good. That's good. Imagine if they were to be pushing this guy like 2 moves ago. Okay. Okay. Knight c3, they attack you with tempo. Hello, see you. Good to see you. We're gonna do an arena if we are like minimum 4 people. I'm glad you guys arrived here. Okay, you develop. That's awesome stuff. And you've castled. Right. I reckon maybe they should be doing something like h3 to just stop you from pinning them. Because you just pinned them. That's exactly what I probably would have played h3 first. Now they've got a pin. They just got a pin. Unnecessarily. I don't know if they should have taken here. I don't know. Maybe they should have dropped the bishop on e2 rather than taking the knight on c6. So they didn't play the best choice in my view. They shouldn't have taken here. Okay, what's the idea? Why did they take on c6? It's not clear. I think probably bishop e2. Why, they want to push the pawn? h3. Do you really have to take on? Okay, you're going to give them a bad pawn structure. So bishop takes, queen takes, pawn takes. Okay, you're going to give them isolated pawn and double pawns on f. I don't think that's bad. I don't think it's bad. So you're going to go for an ending where you just simply are doing better in terms of pawn structure. Because now white is having isolated pawn, a very bad pawn island, double pawn here, and only 2 connected pawns. And black is boasting actually 2 pawn islands, and they are both connected. So I think from the point of view of the pawn structure, you're doing better. As soon as you push the e6, you sort of got to do this, because you got to stop the rook. You got to stop this pawn from advancing, and you need to rearrange a little bit your pieces here. You got to get the rooks on the open, semi-open files, this kind of ideas. So e6, so I'm going to highlight now the stuff like I would potentially having in mind. Like this kind of ideas. And then obviously I want to take advantage of the bishop. So I got to do something with the knight. Probably after e6, a knight here would be beneficial. Of course, with the rook behind. So this kind of ideas. So again, I think black is a bit better because of the pawn structure here, which is more beneficial for black. So on long term, this guy is a weakness, this guy is a weakness, and that one too. Let's imagine the pieces come off the board. Let's just imagine the rooks and the knight and the bishop disappear suddenly. Well, I think the black king can more successfully attack this guy, these red guys. Look, if all the pieces were to disappear. So I think black is doing better. Let me ask the almighty Stockfish here. They give black a minus 0.40 and they're still debating. And it's still debating. But yeah, black is doing a bit better, exactly as I said. So, Carlos, you're still watching, right? So I'm not talking to myself just. Okay. Okay, interesting. You moved the rook here. Maybe I would have moved the other rook. Because the rook on a8, maybe I would have played it on c. Again, you gotta be careful with a couple of things here. This guy might be harassing you a bit. I mean, just look at his setup. With the knight here and bishop here. You've got to be careful of a lot of things. Anyway, I know you target this pawn. But yeah, you got to be very mindful. Like always. I'm not sure about this move that he played. That doesn't make any sense. He blocks its own bishop. No. Okay, he played a couple of weak moves, unnecessary. Unnecessary moves. F4 doesn't make any sense. That just doesn't make any sense. I don't see what's the deal with F4. He blocked the bishop now that was just moving in this diagonal. No. Okay, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, he wants to coming down. Is that really that scary? I don't think it's that scary. You're going to play knight to d5 now. Did you play that? No, you don't have to take. I don't think you want to take. No, you don't want to take. You want to play, I think, knight d4. Tell me what you think, guys. What would you play if you were black here? I wouldn't take on f5. I just wouldn't take on f5. I would play knight d5. Knight d5. I would play knight d5, and if they took, I would have taken with the h pawn, and I don't have any problem in particular. It's knight d5. Let me ask the engine. So, when you analyze games, it's highly recommended after you think for yourself, then you could definitely and you should ask the engine. It's like you have a super GM at your fingertips. Oh, they say to take on f5. What's wrong with knight d5 though? Is it that bad, knight d5? What, encourages trading? G takes f5. I just want to keep my pawn structure intact. Huh. G takes f5. Okay, it's not a very human move, is it? G takes f5. I normally want to keep my pawn structures, you know, as connected as possible. So I wouldn't, yeah, okay, that's a free pawn. Okay, it's a free pawn, I get it. It is a free pawn, I get it. In the end. Is knight d5 that bad? Let me see. Okay, I'm just gonna play it and let's see how bad that is. I wanna see how bad can I get by playing knight d5. How bad can I play? Can I get? I'm not getting that bad. Knight d5 is not bad at all. It's very much playable. Yeah, okay, knight takes d5, rook takes d5. I made the rook lift, and then I'm going to double up the rook on the d, right? Potentially, yeah. I don't think it's fundamentally bad or anything. Anyway, let's go back. So you did play g takes f5. You guys still see it? Let me just check on the OBS thingy. Yes, you do still see it. Right? G takes f5. We go back. Awesome stuff. So he played king now. Okay, he wants to get the rook on the g file. He wants to get the rook and he wants to play this and then this. That's exactly his plan. That's what he want to do. That's very good. I don't think that's bad. You still have time to move away from the pin, and you did. I would have done the same, by the way. And now he's got a problem here. Okay, now he's starting to lose. He's just starting to lose now. You're going to take one extra pawn from them. Oh. Okay. Okay, I don't say it's bad to counteract his rooks. I don't say it's bad. But I just wonder if bishop takes d4, maybe that's even better. I mean, if they take, I can take happily. And then I'm going to have another check here with the bishop. Bishop, what would you play now if you are in retrospect and hindsight? Do you think bishop d4 is a good move or it's a bad move? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. 100%. I mean, bishop d4 looks like wins a pawn, right? And you still have time to work on your defenses. I don't think that's a problem because then you can block, you can drop bishop to e5 and you're going to do absolutely fine. Let me ask the engine. What does the engine think? If I should, yeah, there you go. The first line of the engine, bishop d4. Yeah, we got a confirmation. The omniscient engine, bishop d4. So sometimes we do see things like the engine does. I mean, we just simply take an extra pawn and you're clearing the... I mean, they either trade the bishop, which is absolutely fine. They want to trade, fine. If they don't want to trade, you always have this kind of nice checks and things. It looks very good for black. After bishop d4 looks really, really, really good. I would have taken. I mean, if I had like longer time controls like you did have, probably I would have taken. I always take a pawn. If I smell there was a blunder or something, I take it. It's a bit too defensive for my taste. Yeah, he should have stayed consistent. He should have doubled now. He should have stayed with his plan of doubling up the rooks. I don't know what the heck he wanted to do with the knight on e2. It's just not clear at all. I don't know what he wants to do. I don't know. Okay, let me go back a bit. Maybe better. Let me see. This and that would have been better maybe for the knight. Knight g3 just doesn't make any sense. He's just messing around with the knight. Okay, I've got it. He's attacking f5. I understand. And there was another funky stuff here. After he played knight e2, f6 is actually a mistake, if not a downright blunder. You absolutely don't want to play f6. You're just blocking your beautiful aggressive bishop behind the pawn. Absolutely not f6. f6 makes your bishop a pawn. This is a painful move, f6. It hurts. f6 is absolutely pain. I can't do f6. I can't do f6. Unless you're seeing deeper and something like, but f6, it's absolutely so painful. No. So here you got to look at something else, but not f6. Not f6. No. Let me go very quickly. h6, knight f6, e5. e5 makes a ton of sense because if they take, you're going to take backward check. But f6, no. No, no, no. Now, I mean, look at the evaluation bar. I think it goes a bit more for white. It should go a bit more for white, of course. Of course. Goes a bit better for white, like considerably better. No, you're shutting off your own bishop. Anyway, let's moving forwards now. No, I'm just telling you ideas, Carlos, because you've asked me. So I'm just telling you all the ideas that I might be thinking of. And because you played f6 previously, you can't really do nothing with this bishop. You are blocked. I don't know. You need to dismantle. You need to push this guy now. When they take, you take, and that probably is the best reply. Have you played that? Yes, e5. This is it. Yeah, that's the ticket. Yeah, that's it. Threatening a fork now, and more than a fork. Right, I don't... Okay, so it threatens a fork, and if he doesn't, then you are going to take that pawn on d4 and attacking the bishop. So I think now, again, Carlos is starting to looking very good for black. You are having 6 black pawns versus 5, and it's already looking better for black here. Oh, he's got a problem. You're definitely looking better. He was a bit desperate to be playing this, I assume. Nice one. Now you've created a pass pawn whilst you have blocked his bishop. That's very nice understanding here. Let me congratulate you, Carlos. You played a very sneaky wise move here. This one opens the bishop, blocks the white bishop on the king side h6 c1 diagonal. Beautiful. And creating a pass, the black passed pawn, unopposed by any other white pawn. So I think, Carlos, you hit the nail on the head here with e4. It's actually brilliant. It's if you had taken, it wouldn't have been that good if you had taken, because you would have activated this bishop tremendously. I don't know what will happen later in the game. But this move activates your bishop and deactivates their bishop. So you're doing very well at this stage, Carlos. Let me congratulate you, mate. You've done a good one. Now he starts playing defensively. Now you can think about all sorts of ideas. Doubling up the rooks, I don't know, you gotta go for weaknesses. Probably doubling up the rooks. There are all sorts of ideas you gotta think of here. Maybe that one, maybe this one, I'm not sure. Bishop wants to stay on this diagonal. You definitely want to stay on this diagonal. Yeah. Nice one. Really nice one. Absolutely superb. Absolutely superb. Yeah, but you know, let me think about this one a little bit. Yeah, it hangs, but then if you play a rook here, the bishop's got to move and you're going to take that pawn anyway and threatening the b2 as well. So it's a bit of a, you give them a pawn, but actually they gift you a whole column. They give you the A column. And when this pawn is falling, because the bishop has to play, then you're going to take the other pawn as a bonus. So, hey, you're actually going to end up having a free pawn on the B file if you want to look at it in this fashion. So that's what is nice about playing longer time control, is you actually need to think it through and you see all these subtleties, which in the end make all the differences. You see the subtleties and you already take a few steps ahead. So yeah, I don't deny bishop takes, but then rook plays. Oopsie daisy, where do they go? They go back. Okay, thank you very much. I'll take back, and I'll take that guy too. So hey, it's you know, But very good stuff. But man, the move you played. So let me go back now, Carlos. The move you played, man. Rook c8 here. This is beautiful as well. This is beautiful. No, this is actually good stuff. It's positional, very decent stuff you played. Oi, what's that? Rook c2. That makes a lot of sense. He blocks. Now you should double. I think you should play Rook g8 c8. Did you play that? Wait. This is very important. Rook g8 c8 now makes a ton of sense to me because you are reinforcing the rook on the second rank. Let them take. Don't you take. Let them take. Because your rook on g8 doesn't do pretty much too much. Doesn't do too much here. So rook g8 c8 reinforcing the rook. White rook takes, your black rook takes, and I think everything's going down for white. Now let's ask the omniscient engine now. Rook gc, oh, rook g2. My line is the third line of the engine. Rook g c8 until the engine actually makes up his mind. Rook g c8, I like it more. I mean, I think like, as a human, I like to get my pieces active, supporting, and replacing one another in their attack. So rook g c8 would have been probably, as a human, my third, my choice. Rook c3 is cool. But I'm a human. I can't just go back and... Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Now, I would have played rook g c8. And I wouldn't have taken that rook, I have to say. I wouldn't have taken because in my mind, I need to get the rook back there. But anyway, you can still get the other rook after. So, hey, I do what I can. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so you took. Fine. Fine. Fine, 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 fine. Hey, what's this thing, man? Oh, discovered stuff. Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, I can see it's a discovered check, but then they're going to be defending with the king, right? So what you're going to do, you're going to take the bishop, king takes? Aren't we supposed to play rook c8 now rather than bishop d4? Just asking. I mean, I think I would consider rook c8, I guess. I mean, okay, don't get me wrong. It's not bad a discovered check. It can never be bad. But I don't want to help my opponent in particular. I don't want to help them. What do you think? Yeah, okay, you want to trade off pieces. No. I think it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. You want to trade off. Fine. Fine, 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 fine. Fine by me. Bishop, king moves, bishop takes, king takes, rook d8. I think you're doing very, very well. You might even take even more pawns from your opponent. I think you should be winning. I think it should be winning. If you strike them first and if you take more of their pawns, I think you should be winning. Let me just check with the engine if that's the choice indeed. Yeah, bishop d4 indeed. You played the first line of the engine. Good stuff for you, man. You did play bishop d. Probably I would have thought about rook c8. I mean, is it that bad, rook c8? Probably allows white to play all sorts of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, bishop d4 is indeed quite the strike. Simplifies. Yes. King f2, takes. Excellent. Yeah, excellent. That's it. It's just going down. Nice one. You're defending the pawn. Could you push? No, you want to hold on to that pawn. That doesn't mean anything. He can't checkmate you. Hey, wait a second. What if you just push the pawn on e4 to e3? Is it that bad, e3? How do they stop e3? If you push e3 now, what do they can't touch this guy because you're going to promote. They can't touch it. I think if you do e3, he needs to abandon to harassing your pawn and they need to quickly reprofile to stopping. So you push e3, they're going to play c7, right? You're going to push one more time. Then they are desperate. They're going to have to playing this kind of stuff. And then, let me think. What the heck do we do here? How do we capitalize? That's not that easy. That's not that easy. I feel you should be winning here. But it's not very clear. It's not very clear. I mean, looks like e3 is the move. e3 is the move. But you know something? Look at the computer. Look at the computer. e3, and my intuition was perfectly right. e3 is the correct move. The first line of the engine. I finally got it. normally get the second, the third, or maybe the fifth, or maybe not even that. But now I got the e3. But it's not an easy win, Carlos. This is not an easy win. Your rook is being sort of now fixed because they got to defend the f5. That means your rook can't move. Your black rook cannot move. Whereas the white rook takes your guy, and actually they've got two white pawns ready to marching down the board. This is not an easy endgame. This is a hell of an endgame. Even if you give this to two super grandmasters, it's whoever the heck wins, it's not going to be an easy win. And the engine tells you, I mean, you are supposed to play, what, e3 to have a, what, minus 0.36. Blind me, man, this is incredibly tough. I don't know how the heck you are going to actually promote that pawn. You're not going to do it very easily. This is complicated. Very tough chess ending. Incredibly tough. You got a small of an advantage. Okay, a5, you still play one of the engine's move. That makes sense. Now, that one is a little bit of a weakness, but when you decide to attack it, this guy's going to fall. And then this guy's going to fall. So, it's still very difficult. This is very difficult. Yeah, you pushed, exactly. You have to. Check. He should have went after the guy. Check. Oh, he wants to do a perpetual. I think you should go towards the rook and attack the rook with the king. Just go towards the rook. Yes, finally. Okay, now you gotta pause it for a moment. This is very difficult, man. Very, very freaking difficult ending here. I gotta sit down and think a couple of good minutes here. I hate when I'm having this kind of ending with 4 minutes on my clock. This is incredibly tough. Very tough things. Probably pushing. They're gonna be playing here. And then I'm going to play this kind of rook h3 to try and sabotage via that way. Then this guy's going to take. Then I'm going to play this. Then they're going to step aside. Then I'm going to push the other pawn. Bloody hell, this is very, very difficult. And if I switched on now the engine, I don't think they're going to give you a crushing advantage. This can go wrong very easily. And especially when you have 4 minutes on your clock, this is going very easily. It's going south very easily. Very quickly. Okay, minus 0.88 or something with e2 exactly as I have recommended. With e2. But this is incredibly tough to win. And look at the other choices. Rook h6 and rook h1 completely level up the game. This is a nightmare of an ending, and if you're gonna win this, it's gonna be very hard. You've won it in the end. Congrats, man. h6, you did play. Man, this is hard. You dropped the pawn. I just wonder. Yeah, this is hard as hell. This is very difficult. Very, very difficult. Wow. He's creating a pass pawn now. This is so difficult. Yeah, you too. Okay, now you're doing better. Now you're doing better. After this sequence now, you're doing way better now. Because you got a pass pawn. Now, the question is, are you able to protect that pawn? I'm not sure. He wanted to move the king on a side to push the pawn, but I think actually that's a mistake. Because when he does so, he actually moves away from attacking the pawn. So to speak. I think he should have moved the rook now. But where, how, I couldn't tell. Maybe this. Maybe this. Then you're running to defending. So rook to h2. You're going to play the king. He's going to check you again. Hey, I'm happy with the perpetual. This is very tough. This is very tough. Bloody hell. Let's ask the engine. King g4 says the engine. King e5, not that great. Yeah, it's not that great. Rook b3. Okay, very, very, very freaking difficult. Minus 0.19 with king g4. Incredibly difficult to break through. Very difficult ending. I don't want to play this with 2 minutes on my clock. This is a nightmare. Yeah, so he didn't make the right choice anyway because of the time pressure. I'm pretty much sure. Okay. You now can see. Now You're doing tremendously better. I will be switching off the engine, switching on the engine because you're doing incredibly better. Do you know why? Because now you're going to play King F6, King F5. And you are attacking the F4 pawn. You'll be able to defending this guy easier. I think now you're doing very good. And now the white rook has got a problem because this pawn's going to come down. So now he's going to lose it. It's clearer now. He's going to go. Very well played. Very well played. This is, I think you're doing very well. He can't even play king to h4 because you're going to take. And indirectly defending with this guy. And this is it. Game over at this stage. He's desperate. He has to. Now you got to play very carefully here. What did you play? I'm just so curious. Wow. Very good. What? Okay, he's losing now. That's it. He's losing. That's it. He shouldn't have. Again, this is very bad for white now. There is no good moves for white here. He lost it. He lost it. Your opponent lost it here. This is a very, very tough ending. You guys played magnificent. Your rating should go up. The moves are very mature. In many cases, you replicated what the engine recommended. You did very well. Very well. And just subtleties at the end here. Now black is winning. It's just it's just winning. Exactly. Yeah, exactly as I told you. We got a huge -3 something. It's completely gone here. This is it. White cannot look at this pawn and defend this pawn, and the king is here. The black king is here looking at the white pawn, so the white king can't do pretty much nothing. So this is completely gone. Black is clearly winning now, hands down. Very easy ending for you now, Carlos. Very easy ending. At this stage now, you're going to crush him. This is very easy. Dudes, you play magnificent. The ending was spectacular. He made some mistakes at the end, but it's not to be blamed because 5 minutes, this is crazy. And very difficult. Very difficult. Tough one. Excellent. Right, guys, shall we do an arena, guys? You willing to be doing an arena? Let me just try and... Hey, what is the... Okay, hold on a sec. I'm going to put the board back. What is the brave one? Come on. Here is the brave. Back again. The browser brave I'm talking about. I'm just doing analysis or whatever friends I'll be joining us, people. Do you want to do a... Guys, why don't we do an arena, fellas, if you're here now? I'm just wondering. Shall we do in like half an hour arena? I mean, we are like a bunch of guys, and how many people? We got like 6, 7 viewers or something? We can make a quick arena, and then we can play one another, and, you know. Yeah, why the hell not? Let's just do an arena. Okay. So, guys, I need like 4 minimum players. And then we could just do this together, people. Hey, let's go club now, and I'll put the that box which doesn't require you guys to be members in a club. You don't have to be a member in the club. I mean, if you want to, hold on a second. I'm not stopping you. If you want to become member, just get member. I'm gonna accept everybody on the planet. Let me do the new event. You're more than welcome, guys. So let's take it step by step. Wherever I may roam, let's make it arena. Hold on a sec. Guys, if you want to play, don't go anywhere. Let's just make it unrated for the time being. Standard, okay. Score-based, okay. 325252, okay. Start date now. Hour. 14 what? 1420 something, 27, I don't know. Guys, don't forget to... Okay, 1430, fine. Okay, 1430, fine. Okay, I'm gonna make it 1 hour. Verified only now. Minimum gaze, no. You don't have to be members of the club. Did I put that? Time control, pairing logic, rated, whatever I may roll, club. I don't want you to be necessarily member. I mean, I don't want that. But let's verify it only now. Create. Okay, guys, jump in. Come on, I'm going to join in now. Come on, people. We start in 9 minutes. Oh, Good question. Let me copy paste that thing. Hold on a sec, man. Control V. See if that works. See if that works. If it doesn't, I'm gonna copy paste. Actually, I'm gonna share. Hold on a sec. Hold on. I'm gonna make it nicely now. This is it. This is it. It's right here. So guys, join it now, and in 8 minutes we're gonna play one another. And because if it's like a blitz, we're gonna get play one another quite a few times, and everyone is happy, so to speak. Hey, let me have a date. Let me have a date. That's it. We got the first friend here. What? How come it doesn't let you join, man? What do you mean? Just press the link. You don't have to be a member of the club. I mean, look, this guy, Albika Drigi, I don't know how to pronounce it, the Santa Claus avatar person. He joined and he's now a member of the club. So you don't have to be a member of the club. Oopsie daisy. And actually, guys, you got time now in the next 7 minutes. You got time. Go grab a cup of coffee. What do you mean it has no join button? There is a green button saying join. Of course it does. Oh, that's awesome. Few Gaming. That's awesome, man. Cool stuff. Yeah, there you go. Just press the link, people. There is a link. Okay, I'm gonna put the link again, so you guys can just simply join it. So we need a minimum of 4 people, and we're just gonna do it. Hey man, what's the clock? I got a student at 5. Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna finish at 3:30. I think we're gonna just finish. Yeah. Thank you, Few Gaming. Cheers, man. Control V. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put the link again. Press on that link. It should take you straight into the arena. Just press the green button. You may not need to, ZHQLT. You might not need to join the club. I think you just... Okay, then join the club, guys. If that's... I mean, I didn't particularly want to do this kind of... I mean, I don't want you to join the club. I don't want to force you to join the club in order to be playing in the arena. I don't even think I put that condition. And I wouldn't do that. Ever. If you do want to join it, just join it. Okay, let me go to... Where is it? Okay, let me try and find another link. Okay, where is that thing? Okay, I'm going to copy paste now the stuff. For the club. So now this is the link for the club, I guess. Yes. Okay, that's the link for the club. And for the upcoming events, which is the arena I'm talking about, is this link, which has been put already in the chat. So that's the club. That is the club, wherever I may roam. And the link with the arena is just, you know, above. I'm going to put it again if you want to. Okay, let me put the... Okay, you've got 2 links now. You've got the link for the club if you want to, but you don't need to. I mean, if you want to, I'm happy. Fine, thank you, cheers. If you don't want to, just go for the arena. We're going to start in less than 5 minutes. Guys, don't go anywhere. We need one more player. We need one more player. So, guys, I think we are like 8, 9 viewers. If there's anyone interested, just join in. Okay. I'm gonna go get more coffee, guys. Don't go anywhere. Just join the arena, and in less than 4 minutes, 5 minutes that is, we'll be starting. I can't join because I intentionally lowered my rating. I resign every white game because I'm practicing black. What? Dude, this is weird, man. You resign every white game? You don't have to resign. You just put a condition. Movkev, when you create a game, you just specify that you want to play with the black pieces. You don't need to resign with white every single game, resulting in you getting banned or something. This is weird, man. I wouldn't resign a game. Just doesn't make any sense. I mean, unless I'm losing and I want to apply the chess etiquette, etc., etc. But I wouldn't resign, man. Okay, guys, I'll be back in a sec. Don't go anywhere. We got 4 people. That's awesome. Back now. Okay, people, we back. How many players at the minute? Let's check. We got 4 players. Well, that's still good. So, if you want to stay for the whole duration, guys, that's awesome. If you don't want to, hell, feel free, guys, to leave after 1 game. I mean, you don't have to stay here for 1 hour. So you managed to log in. Good. So again, Mov Kev, when you want to practice with a color, just set up the board when you do the customization of the challenge, and specify you want to play with blacks or whites. That's it. You don't need to resign in order for you to having just 1 color. That's weird. Anyway, I mean, then chess.com might detect some strangeness, you know. So that's a shame for you to getting banned only for this, you know. I mean, what can I say? That's okay. So, guys, stay as long as you're comfortable. So I've created the arena. We'll be lasting like for 60 minutes. As long as you're comfortable, stay in play, enjoy. Time permitting, we might be having some quick analysis. I got a guy at 5 p.m., so I can't stay beyond. I mean, probably at 3:30, I'll just need to wrap it up anyway. But hey, we got a full hour for having fun here, so that's fine. That's cool. Oh, I finished coffee here. I got more coffee here. Mm-hmm. No, it is. It is unrated, so no one gets overly stressed about losing rating or, you know. So you're not going to lose anything, so to speak, in terms of points rating and stuff. So we have 5 players. That's awesome. Great. The more the merrier. And you know what's the good stuff? The good stuff is if we got more friends, they can join at any point. They can join, you know, after half an hour. They could join in, you know, at the very end. You could play 1 game and then you can go get a coffee or take a break. You don't need to stay glued to the screen. In the arena, the good stuff is you just play a game, then go get a coffee, coming back, and press the next button, whatever you feel like to. Let me Control V again. Right, just so that's just for newcomers, for new friends, if they want to join. That's it. Let's go. Do we play? Yes. Excellent. Let's do this, guys. What am I supposed to play? Oh, right, Knight F7. Let's go. I mean, I was oscillating in between playing Sicilian or... But that's playable, too. Of course it's playable. That bad. Make a pin. Can't be very bad, can he? Okay, we got 5 minutes, I think, and 2 seconds activation. That's awesome. Guys, good luck with your games. Awesome stuff, people. What do I want to take with? Let me think a bit here. I think I want to take with a pawn, right? I'm doing okay. Hmm. Yeah, perhaps. Do I want to take? Not necessarily, I guess. Okay, so here we are, guys. Very good stuff. How many people? 5 players. That's awesome. That is awesome. They should be they should be displaying this kind of information here so everyone can see it and reads, who's playing, etc. Anyway, let's continue now. What's this thing here? Huh. I want to get more guys in action here. I got to do this. Is that good enough? I mean, it can't be that bad, right? I suspect. Probably it's not that bad. Hey, what's going on here? Oh, nice one. You found the tactic. So now if I take, it's going to play knight, right? And that would be check. Got to move. Going to take. Wait a minute. What is this? Do I get checkmated? Let me check again. King takes. Knight g5, the only one. Goes back. Queen takes. Dudes, I don't see the checkmate. What's the tactic? What did I miss? Again. What did I miss again? I mean, there's not a checkmate per se. It's not a checkmate, but I gotta play something. Okay, 4 to 6, 3 4 6. Okay, one extra pawn. That's good. Wait a minute. What do I do here? This. Ooh, this guy is coming down now. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Let's get some rooks connected, I guess, I suspect. Guys, if you want to join the arena, press on that link that I put it on the chat. That's weird. Yeah, I mean, I was just wondering what the heck is going on here. I thought maybe you've got another tactics that I've overlooked or something. No, this is weird. Huh. Okay, let me think a bit. How do I demote this whole thing? Oh, 2 minutes. Gee, I gotta be faster. Can't be bad to get a rook, right? Yeah. Is there any tricky stuff again? Okay, this guy's gonna come here. Isn't he? Check. Check is a check. Let's be done with that bishop first. Ah, I gotta move faster, don't I? It's unrated, guys, so no worries. Press the link, guys, if you want to join. There is a link over there, Play Arena. Okay, I need to connect my rook somehow. Let's just play this one first, I guess. Yes. I couldn't find any other better plan. Plus, I'm on 1 minute and 20 seconds. Gonna give another check, right? And then, what is it gonna do? Yes, that makes sense. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. Cool stuff. Oh, I gotta move faster. That was a very unhappy mouse slip. So we got 5 players. Thank you very much. Very good game. An unhappy mouse slip. I don't know about that tactic. Let me just have a brief look at that tactic. That was with bishop taken on h7. I wonder if that's a move endorsed by the almighty Stockfish. I'm just curious. I mean, it felt quite a direct way to just dismantle things around there. I'm just so curious if that's a good take. Games. Have I played that one? Okay, so this one had happened, right? Okay, let me have a very, very brief review of that one. I'm really puzzled. I really want to know if that thing was actually a valid. Bishop takes h7. This one. So that's the moment. Not necessarily a good sacrifice, but it might pay it off in very much in this kind of blitz circumstances. I think it's absolutely a puzzler. So I think it definitely worth investigating. This kind of psychological moves, I think they definitely worth investigating. If there is a rapid or classical time format, maybe you don't want to particularly do that. But if it's a blitz, I think is just taking a lot of time from your opponents, and they might be panicking and just doing more blundering moves than you. So from this point of view, I think it's awesome. Yeah, very, very good stuff. Okay, I'm gonna wait now. Oh, hey, yeah, I'm playing now my friend Mov Kev. Okay, let's go. Very good stuff, people. Okay. Hey, the good old Carol Khan, c6 and d5. Let's pull a hillbilly attack here. Shuffle gambit. Okay. Let's take a bit of space. I guess that can't be that bad. Taking space from your opponent, always a good thing to do. Probably castle. Not sure entirely. Let's just take that one. Interesting. Huh. Got a few ideas here. Which one's gonna be? Okay, let's develop. When I don't know what to do, I'm just developing. I mean, I've got to develop stuff. I mean, I was very much oscillating in between c3 and knight c3. I mean, c3, I don't think it's fundamentally bad to just keep the d3 nice pawn structure and then bishop c2 at some point. I don't think that's very bad to do. Let's just take a rook on the semi-open file. Now I'm gonna get more pieces forwards. Let me see, is there any tactics here or something? Let's just try this. Can't be that bad, right? Yeah, let's just try this. Knight to e5. Planting my knight in my opponent's half territory. Okay, now let me try this idea. I mean, I'm fully aware they might take, right? They did, okay. Do I need to react to this move? I would like to try this one to just stave off any b5 coming down the board. So I'll try to explain this idea. And also, my opponent, Movkev, they gotta be careful because by pushing the b pawn, the c pawn is hanging. So that's quite critical. You don't push the b pawn unless there is something huge or a tactic that I missed, but I don't think so. Game continues. Game continues. Now, when I play the queen to d2, what I have in mind is that aligning my queen with the bishop would stop black from playing h6, that is. So that's another perk of playing queen d2. I'm not completely convinced about the move that just happened. They might be playing some counter move now. Obviously, the knight can't really move, but they just play this. Problem is, we're going to take with the pawn. Now, they probably got to take with the bishop, to which I'll probably reply with h6, bishop taking on h6 and attacking the rook. I'll probably just do that. Yeah, I have to do this. The game continues. I think I've got some better pawn structure, and the black king is a bit more vulnerable than the white king. Game is not over yet. Game continues. Not over. Okay. That's a strange position. Let me go back with this guy. I'm really much fearing that kind of idea. That would just trap my bishop, I think. And I think now the bishop on f4 is doing slightly better because of this diagonal. So I think I'm kind of happy about that. Okay, I need to move things. Okay, what do I do here? I don't know. How do I break through more? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe-ish. Maybe-ish. There's some complications here. And tactics that require more time for accuracy, for accurate calculating. But we don't have the luxury of time, so... Okay, what is going on? How do I get my guys a bit more active here? Ah, well. I think I want to play this. I was just about to play a blunder, guys, like knight to e2. Hey, that's a nice way. Okay, I've got to do something. Yeah, I've got to attack something. C5 check. He's got to move. If I take, he's going to take with the queen. Takes more stuff. Queen b. No. Check first. No, check. It's got to be this. It must be this, right? Yeah, I think it's got to be this, or am I just getting too audacious? Perhaps. Perhaps. Yes, Josh, there is a link, man. Just above your message, there is a link. Let me copy something. Copy paste here. Okay, what am I missing here? What the heck? No, I don't need to do nothing as of now. Wait a minute. How the heck do I break through? It's not easy. I don't break through at all. I just keep the status quo for now. I guess. Maybe. Maybe. There are like a ton of maybes, and that's why. Okay. Now I gotta move. But the reason I play the f4 is just to reinforce my bishop and to move, my queen's versatility and mobility. I just want to move across the board with the queen. I don't want to be concerned excessively about the queen. Am I playing disastrous stuff? No, that's a freaking disaster. But I don't have time. Okay, sorry, I just... Yeah, I need to act a bit quicker. Okay, I'll need to just start trading off things because it's getting just it's getting overhand now. It's just too much. Yeah, it's just getting too much. We can't do this. Okay, he avoided to trade, and rightfully so. You don't particularly want to trade. I have this kind of situation here. Sure, unless I'm missing and he tricks me into something. I think that might have been Movkev probably the only. I mean, not the only, but that's probably a little bit of a mistake here, a blunder, so to speak, now because we just dropped the. Yes. Well, b8 is exactly on the other side of the board. Oh, g8. Yes, that makes sense. That makes sense. G8 makes sense. And I agree. I absolutely agree. Very good stuff. I think when you gave me the piece in the opening, that wasn't quite the best stuff. And then this thing at the end, which probably was a mouse slip. Josh, have you seen the link? Josh, if you press on that one, you're gonna be the 6th player. You're more than welcome. You don't have to stay like 40 minutes now. You can leave after like 3 minutes. Who's for... okay. How's it going, guys? Standings. I think I should take a break. I wanna... think other people should be winning. I'm gonna watch it. So, very good stuff. Josh, thank you, Movkev. Good game, yeah? Apart from the mouse slip that we do every now and then, unfortunately. But that's fine. Okay. Very good stuff. Excellent. Josh, jump in the arena. Follow that link. And you're good to go. Come on, join us here. And if you want to join the club, that's for the better. Not a condition, not a prerequisite of any arena. You You may or may not join the club. That's fine. You don't have to. But if you want to play in the arena, just press that left click on that link over there. That will take you straight into the arena here. Okay? Those of you guys that want to join the arena for the next, I don't know, 40 minutes left, press on that link. And then we can have a few friendlies, guys. Okay. Very good. I'm very happy you stopped by, people. Thanks very much for your presence here. Awesome. I'm going to accept this friend request. Yeah, if you want to join the club, that's fine. If you want to befriend me, send a friend request. If you want to play in the arena, just press on that link. G8, a good move. Let me go back. Let me just go back to the last stuff we played. Because you've asked me now. Let's have a look here. Well, black has to play very defensively now, and it's not too incredibly many options. This rook on d7, it's not ideally positioned because it doesn't do pretty much nothing. The rook on a8 wants to do something, and probably g8 if you're thinking about pushing this pawn forwards. Because frankly, what other stuff have you got to play? Other stuff, Movkev, could be, I'm just thinking now, maybe queen h7 first, then rook behind them. Oops, sorry, man. This and this for this. Perhaps that might result in weakening my dark squares and forcing me to play defensively. Obviously, I'm not going to just sit and wait. I'm not just going to sit and watch you creating the battery and checkmating me. So I guess after you would play queen to h7, I would take this bishop off the board immediately. Firstly, then after I take this bishop off the board, obviously you're going to take with the pawn because the other pawn is pinned. Then I'm going to play rook to e3. So when you get your rook over to h8, I'm going to play rook to h3, and that will result in more trading. So I'm not fully convinced that is actually going to work for black, because simply when, exactly, Movkev, you very nicely pointed out, when you have lost that piece, actually everything became very, very difficult. Yes, that is correct. You know it, man. When that piece was taken, things went very, very difficult for black. Very defensive. So let's just go to that particular moment. So I played this. Here. This is it. So that's move number 14. You shouldn't touch the white knight. You shouldn't take it. You just shouldn't take it. You've got to do something else. I don't know exactly what, but you mustn't touch that knight. Yeah, the fact I did that battery was exactly to prevent black from pushing h6 and try to unpin the whole thing. So I was very, very satisfied with the current status quo. I just didn't want to allow black to push h6 and unpin, so to speak. This guy is also a little bit shaky here. I don't know. Following f3, g4, I don't know what to say. It just feels a little bit scary for the bishop on f5. So I think we gotta go even more backwards. Oh, it does, because when I created the arena, Alex from Idaho, when I've created the arena, I didn't put any rating condition to be joining. So this is an arena. Anyone can play. By the way, if you left-click that link, it's just going to take you straight into the arena. You don't have to be member or to have a particular rating, I guess. I hope. Yeah, they have some weirdness at some point. I've tried to create a daily tournament, and they didn't let me unless the other guy were like minimum 600 rating or something. I don't know why. I wouldn't put these conditions because I want to leave it open for everybody. Link is, Alex, here. There you go, bud. That's it, mate. So, we gotta go even more back, Movkev. Well, we're gonna find out. Let's have a look together. We gotta go more back in time. Here. We gotta go back here in time. If we may say, that's a nice thing. You can go back in time in chess-wise, conceptually speaking. So this is, I think, very important stuff. This This is that moment. Move number 11. E6. I don't know. Because E6 blocks the bishop and puts you in that strange stuff with F3, G4 type of craziness. And also places your queen directly in a pin. I mean, two bad things already for black here. E6. Pin and stranding, isolated this guy, subjecting to all sorts of crazy stuff. Maybe F3, G4 even more deadlier. So I would say, Movkev, this is that moment you are looking for. And if you're wondering why you've lost at some point, it has to do with this moment. Because here, Movkev, looks to me, you've got to look for unpinning now. And I wonder if H6 is the stuff you need to play. I wonder. Oh, this is opening to middle game. After you play, right. You've got to maybe practice in the chessable, get your favorite opening, go through the theoretical lines and play exactly as the chess masters playing that opening. There is a green button that says join, Alex. You should be able to join it. You totally should be able to join it. There is a green button on the right hand side. You just press that one and it takes you straight into. Now, the condition is you need to have an account on chess.com, that is. If you don't have an account, you won't be able to. On this website, chess.com, you need to have an account. And it should be letting you. It lets everybody. So I wonder now, Movkev, let's go back. Maybe h6 is the move that frees your knight, attacks my bishop. I've got to go somewhere. And then you might even contemplating g5. And then forces my bishop on g3. And then you can play knight d7. This kind of ideas. Even funky one. Probably we got to go even more back in time, because it's still a little bit of a strange setup here for black. I'm not happy with the f-pawn being pushed. Let me go back even more. Loki, you can follow me first if you want to know when I go live. Following your statement that maybe the live is good for you. If it's useful, you can follow me. Let's just go back, Movkev. Even more. Look at this one. Let's go even... Yeah. Movkev, you mustn't play f6 here now. I'm telling you now. This is move number 8. You don't do f6. You don't push the f-pawn. Because that was one of those moves that weakened your king's position very much. You don't do f6. Let's ask the engine, and I think the engine will very much confirm. You don't do f6. You may think about playing h6 maybe. But f6 looks very, very unfortunate. Because of this, because of the stuff we've already experienced. Let's ask the engine. Not f6. No way. f6. I absolutely hate f6 here. Knight a6, a5, a5. Okay, but that's on the queen side. f6, I don't like f6. It's still white a bit better. I don't like f6. I don't play f6. Oh my god. f6. No. No, no, no. f6. What the heck? Oh, right. You didn't take with the pawn. You took with the knight. So pawn takes and forces my bishop away. I still don't like the f6 idea. You're going to have to spend one more tempo to get the king in a corner. I still don't like it. I mean, it's playable, I guess. I'm not very keen on doing f-pawn. Neither for white nor for black, unless I'm playing the king's gambit. Okay, the almighty engine says it's a plus 0.16 for white here. I'm not incredibly super happy with this for black. I don't want to play this with black. I don't want to play like this. No. Yeah, I mean, it just feels incredibly not very happy setup here. Yeah, knight b6 also to stop the bishop from coming and attacking, harassing, but I really have not a very positive feeling about this kind of diagonal b3, g8. Probably. Hello, Carol Khan. Nice nickname. Nice nickname, Carol Khan. Why don't you join the arena and we're gonna play a game right now? Carol Khan, press this link and we might just be playing a game straight away. It's an arena. You don't have to, it's not a Swiss. I mean, we might just be playing straight away. Right, so Movkev, going back now to our business. F6, it's been given by the engine, but to me it just feels so uncomfortable. So also the engine suggests A5 because they want to chase this bishop and make them move away somehow. To which probably I would play A4 and then maybe you could go B5? B5? Maybe. So you're in, Movkev, yeah? Yeah, again, don't give... Okay, if the engine says F6 is the right stuff, you probably played it. But in hindsight, Movkev, I really didn't like what happened. And now, even now, after white takes... If you take with the knight, I think you land yourself in a big problem. Exactly the nature of which we discussed. You got to take with the pawn because you've got to stop my bishop. My bishop is a nightmare for you. Okay, I'm gonna start now, guys. Okay, let me go back and we're gonna be discussing more. Let me go back to the arena. Next game. How many guys have we got here playing? Oh, that's awesome. We got like 6 players. Okay. Hey. Oh, okay. I'm playing Albica now. How many minutes have we got left, guys? 26. Oh, that's super. We got plenty of time left here, people. Again, you mustn't stay for 60 minutes. Just if you're comfortable, play longer. If you're not, take a break, get a coffee. I think we can go back more because it's highly instructive, even for me. So, I mean, I really feel like we can understand even more. And if we can just a bit improve all of us, it's awesome. That was a very, very special moment with f6. You were supposed to be taking back with the pawn, not with the knight. Okay, let me just castle. Let me just castle here. Nice one. Okay. We got a few ideas. Should I play bishop f5? Okay, let me play bishop f5. Why not? Hmm? Let me pose your queen. Let me try and make some opposition. Okay, you didn't take. Nice one. Very, very, very nice one. Okay. Guys, if you want to play in the arena, you're more than welcome. Let me take with the pawn, because otherwise I think I'm getting forked or something. Okay, let me go with, wait a second, knight b6 I think is the move. Knight b6, I think it must be knight b6, right? Must be knight b6. Now, does that allow me to play something with that guy? Like, this kind of ideas? I just wonder. Maybe. Suddenly, okay, we are going to see that. Perhaps this? Perhaps. Guys, join the arena. This is the link. it's unrated, you're not going to lose any points, people. Hey, you're attacking my bishop. You're attacking my bishop. I've got to move. Right? I think I've got to move. Perhaps here. Yeah, perhaps here. Very nice games, people. Okay, this guy wants to come here. I think I need to shut off those windows. Bloody hell. Okay, knight wants to come to c5, and yeah, more pressure here. I think I need to do something urgently. I need to do something like an emergency. What's the emergency stuff I want to play? Is this the emergency stuff? I'm not quite sure, actually. That takes more time. I would have spent more time. Maybe, perhaps. I'm not fully convinced. I am not fully convinced. Should I do this? Huh? Perhaps. This is freaking blitz. I mean, anything might happen here, right? Crazy. Maybe. You took my guy. Okay, I get it now. And you're gonna play knight and check. I mean, not check, but attack my bishop. Can I perhaps do something else? Can I? Okay, I decided to play this. Let's see how this pans out. Is it this? Trying to figure out in less than 2 minutes now. Let's see what's going on. Well, I got more than 2 minutes and I got the 2 seconds increment, but that's a difficult one. Now I've got to move again. Where the heck do I go? Yeah. Nice one. Let's try this. Right, and I'm gonna shut off the window. But after this blitz, hold on a second. What's going on here? What is going on here? 2 minutes. I've got to be faster. Got to be a bit faster here. Got to be a bit faster. So bishop to a3. I think I like it. I think that's a good one. Let me shut off the windows. Stuff. Okay, I'm back. If they moved, yeah, they took the rook. I'm taking back. Rook takes c8. Okay, so what have I got? And I've got a c file. Can I exert more pressure here? Hey, what's this? What's this? How do I get more stuff here? I. Oh look, this is a tough ending. This is a tough ending here. 2, 4, 6, 3, 4, 6. Bloody hell, this is difficult. This is very difficult. That would be an arduous ending, and you gotta be incredibly sharp. Let's take this guy off the board for now. And what? Centralizing the king. What else can I do? What? Let's cut off the knight. Probably. Probably. I mean, what else? Very difficult. I'm not particularly keen on taking on b4. I want to let them take, so I can keep the knight blocked, so to speak. Hey, what's this? Interesting. What the? Yeah. Okay. Try in this fashion. I do take, right? I do take. be something somewhere. Don't really want to give up on those pawns. No, not particularly. Blundering or something? Tough one. Tough one when you're having like 1 minute or something on a clock. This is very difficult. And Albi Kadriji plays very nicely. He really does nice job here. There's the stuff. Wait a minute, what the heck's going on? I think you should have taken. I think you should have taken. You should have taken with the knight. Because now you gotta move your guy. And frankly, I think I'm just taking this guy. I'm going for the queen. I mean, you might still flag me, but I'll try to resist as much as I can. Hey, nice one. I'll give you the bishop. I'll give you the bishop if you give me a queen. Aww. Aww. Okay, let's try. Let's try on this side of the board now. Very tough one. I think you should have taken at some point with the knight. I think that was a very, very nice game here that we've played. Very nice game. Very beautiful one. How many people are we here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 players. Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Oh, you are a few gaming. Awesome. Let me go quickly now. Where is the game that I played with you? Oh, here it is. Yeah. Okay, yeah, absolutely, man. Let's just use the next 15 minutes and then we'll wrap it up. Very good stuff. Very good game. Very nice. I mean, I think you played spectacular. Up to a point, it was incredibly tough. I was even. I mean, bloody hell, man! You put up a great fight here. Jesus, this is okay. Let me get to the point where I think it was. This is so sharp, so sharp. This is a deep, very complicated tactics. I'm not even sure I should have taken with the bit. I mean, I felt it must be the way because this is very tough one. Okay, I think black is a little bit better because of the bishop and because of the C column which is taken. But let me go to some... I mean, this is so many things to say. I mean, just this thing in itself, it might take 1 hour. At least 1 hour. Okay, let's look at this one. So here, I think you're kind of supposed to be taking the pawn. But this guy's gonna drop. This is very difficult. Very difficult. We gotta go back. Thank you, Carlos. You can't join the tournament? Have you pressed that link? Carol Khan, have you pressed the link? You need to have a chess account on chess.com. And then they will be taking you automatically. Press the green button. Very weird. You don't even have to... Okay, try and get into our club. And let's see if that helps. Where is the club? Okay, I gotta go back to the club thing. That's weird. You should be able to be joining. There's on the right hand side, it should be because right. So we still got almost 15 minutes. You should be able to join. Oh man, that's such a complicated game. I'll be Few Gaming. This is a superb game, man. So you played Queen B3 Spectacular. This is the idea actually here, to play Queen B3. And another idea would be perhaps to pushing C5 to forcing my black queen to take. So you take with A and open up the A. Just keep this in mind as a future. The is wherever I may roam. Let me type it in. Wherever, as per the Metallica song, wherever I may roam. I'll put a link. Very good. I mean, you played magnificent. Few Gaming, really. And this one is just brilliant, man. Knight b1 d2. So good. Now I was a little bit very much concerned. That's awesome. Now try and see if you can join the stuff that I put again here. A few gaming, this is just a jewel of a game. I don't even know if that's the best move I could have played, rook c8. Let me tell you another idea, a few gaming. Maybe you should have pushed c4 to c5. Maybe you should have played c4 to c5. Taking more space. Kind of making my queen to trade. This is so many pieces here involved that you could just very well stay half an hour looking at this. So you took. I don't think it's bad in itself. I don't think it's bad. And now you took. I'm not fully convinced you should have taken. Maybe one of the rook on the c file. Because, few gaming, you have activated my knight now. Very well played, rook ac1. Very well played. There's nothing wrong. What a good move you played, including knight b3. Dude, you play magnificent, man. This is just brilliant. So you took. Let me think. Yeah, I think you kind of have to. There are some other ideas. You take, I take, knight plays here. I'm gonna move here, and then you gotta go back. I'm not. Yeah, probably you kind of have to. Man, what a game you played. What a game you have played. No, okay, I'm gonna put it on the engine. This is crazy. This is beautiful. I think there is a bit of an advantage for black. There is a bit of an advantage because of the bishop pair. Okay, Dr. Dental. Thanks very much, man. That is awesome. So I think there is a bit of an advantage for black here because of this kind of ideas. Very good move. Again, oh man, what a game you played. Yeah, it's maybe slight advantage for black. I just can't identify any big blunder you could have made, few gaming. I can't find any big blunder. Unless toward... Oh, there you go. The supreme confirmation, few gaming. I give you the supreme confirmation of the fact you played absolutely magnificent. Because after like... How many moves have we played here? I think that's just towards the end of the game. The engine gives a very meager minus 0.24 advantage for black. That is almost nothing. You didn't do any blunder or huge mistake or something. Few gaming, you played absolutely superb. There's no weaknesses I might possibly exploit here. It's just a very small advantage. Exactly as I told you, it's a bit of an advantage. Just a bit of an advantage. Man, you didn't do nothing wrong. But towards the end, things start to getting a bit sour. Look at this one, even now. It's perfectly leveled. Okay. Let's go forwards and I'll tell you where I think the things went a little bit weird. I'll tell you in a sec. Knight plays. This one plays. Goes. You are supposed to get the king in the center now. Few gaming, you are supposed to get your king urgently. F3 and perhaps E4, luring me to push F5 so I weaken my dark squares. You are meant to get the king forwards on F3, which you did. I'm not sure about this move. Not necessary. It makes a lot of sense to me. You wanted to make me take so you can activate your knight. I think you need to invest this moment to play another king move, I guess. Perhaps king E4. Perhaps king E4. You gotta get your king in the center, man. And if I push F5, fine, I'm weakening my dark squares. You're gonna get king to D3. Perhaps you even can play G4. You gotta move your pawns off the dark squares. You gotta move these guys off the black squares because I'm gonna chase them. You mustn't play B4. Let's ask the engine now. This is the moment now. This is the moment. Thanks very much. So look, you don't need few gaming. You're still there. Look, man, you don't have to believe me. Actually, I was right. The game is very, 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 very leveled. It's 0.00. And the engine tells you you should play King E4, exactly as I told you. Exactly as I told you. This is the moment. You had moved B4 unnecessarily, creating weaknesses. You should have played King E4 exactly as I told you before putting the engine at work. That was a critical moment. King E4. I think you played freaking brilliantly for 35 moves. I said, this guy is good. You are good. You are good. Few gaming, you're still there. I want to make sure I don't talk with the walls or something. And then we'll wrap it up, guys, in a few minutes. So King E4, and the game is still on. King E4, and you've got no problem. The game still continues. King E4, H5, H... Yes, you gotta move those guys from the black squares, I guess. It's just fabulous, man. But the move B4, if I do B4, I think the engine will go for black now. So, yeah, I've got to do this analysis, Karokan. It's good you've follow up because we're going to play more games. Now, I'm not sure about this stuff. I'm not sure. Because that allow... By the way, Few Gaming, when you play King E4, you actually would have stopped my king from fixing your weakness, which is D4 white pawn. I'm going to attack it with my king and implicitly with my bishop. You're going to have a problem. I'm going to take that pawn from you. Very important. That is why it's going very badly now for white. Because you have allowed me to play King D5, which I did. Now you took... No, you didn't even take. You pushed. That creates even more weaknesses because I can now chase potentially more stuff from you. The engine says I should have played F5, H5, A4. I'm sorry, I'm not that of an engine. Yeah, I need more time for this kind. I got 1 minute on my clock. That's all I could produce now. And you played the right stuff again. But then again, the circumstances have changed dramatically here. I just took whatever was available, and now I think it's more difficult. Yeah, now it's more difficult. This is it. We know what happened. We know what happened. It's very difficult for white now because I've got an extra pawn on the queen side that I'm going to promote. This is the moment, Few Gaming. If you're wondering, this is the moment. This is it. King E4 and you got no problem. The game continues leveled 0.00 or 0. minus 0, just 0.3. It won't matter at all. It won't matter at all. This is it, Few Gaming. Absolute, what a fabulous game. Let's put a review because I think you've done magnificent, man. You've done phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal stuff you played. Where is the review thing? I can't see it. Okay, I'm gonna do it afterwards, I guess, or something. I can't see the review button. Where the heck is that thing? What's supposed to be here? Yeah, I'm ending up, guys, soon. Hold on a sec, like in a couple of minutes. Okay, where is that thing? I want to do the game review. I really want to see the game review thing. I don't know what that is. Not the standings. Okay, I'm gonna do the game review later. I don't know what that is. Probably I need to toggle off these lines to initiate the... Okay, I don't know what that is. But let me tell you, that was a very, very, very decent stuff you played. And the fact that the engine tells you after 35 moves, you've got 0-0, I think you played incredibly well. This is just a bit of a misstep, which is completely explicable. I might have done that too. The game could have went the other side as well. Don't forget, we were playing a blitz. Few Gaming, we were playing a blitz here. So for this kind of subtleties, you need a lot of time. Need a lot of time. And I was a bit lucky, and that was it. I could have made a blunder myself. So you see, what a game, people. Okay, 3 minutes and something. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the arena. I'm gonna press next game, and if Carol Khan, there you go. Carol Khan here. Let's play then. Okay, this is it, and then we'll wrap it up, guys. Awesome stuff. Let's pull a hillbilly attack. Hillbilly attack. Oh, but you're an expert in Carol Khan because that's why you took the nickname Carol Khan. So you are having a deep expertise in the Carol Khan. You know that. These variations, you are very good at them. Okay, I gotta move the queen away because g6 just attacks the queen. Take a break. Okay, knight c3, just looking for developing. Oh, developing. Okay. Guys, follow me on Twitch if that's useful. Ladies and gents, thanks very much. And perhaps subscribe to YouTube. I've got a few videos. Carol Khan, I've got a few videos on this particular line. So to be counteracting me and maybe, you know, for the future reference, because you're gonna be encountering this sideline quite often, I guess. Maybe you want to have a quick look at that short video. But then again, I think you might be fully booked. You might be fully prepared, fully booked for this line as well. I'm going to play the awkward f3. I must say, I didn't expect bishop d7 from you to playing it now. Maybe you are fully booked and I just don't know this line. Maybe you prepared the sideline here. I'm not aware of. Okay. And we might not have time today, Karakan, for an in-depth analysis, but you know something? Tomorrow, Monday, in the evening, we're gonna do, just follow me on Twitch and there is a schedule there, and I'm gonna analyze this stuff with you next time we're seeing one another with our friends. We can analyze this sideline in the Karakan. I think it's totally worth it, guys. Brilliant. Okay. I may want to just take that guy. Say this. So I'm expecting a discovered I wonder if I should have... No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay, I'm just gonna... You guys seeing this now? Oh, 53 seconds? Bloody hell, I think it might be just stopped inadvertently by the chess.com engine. What's this move? Gee, I haven't expected that from you. I don't know, that's weird. Am I blundering some stuff here? What's that c5 doing? Oh, okay, you created space for either knight on c6 or bishop on c6. Okay, I get it now. Okay, apologies. I was just a little bit taken aback. I'm gonna do something weird. I normally don't do that. I'm not fully convinced I should have played h3 though, but hey. Let's just play it. The reason is, in case I'm doing any incursions with the queen, I don't want to be harassed by your knight. Hey, I'm sorry for this one. We are going to play tomorrow, people. Thank you very, very much for being here, ladies and gents. I appreciate a lot. We're going to do more analysis. Follow me on Twitch, folks. Subscribe to YouTube. You get notified when I go live. And we're going to be playing, doing more arena, more games analysis, and friendly games. Have a wonderful Sunday. See you tomorrow evening, people.